Welcome to Frankly Speaking with Sendra D, where we dive deeply and help you wake up to the essence of what it means to live a real, authentic, affluent life. Beyond the balance sheets, the bank accounts, the private jets, the political offices, into the realm of inner wealth and personal power. I'm Sendra D, your companion guide on this trajectory of truthful self-mastery as we celebrate your individuality and your sovereignty. Welcome to Frankly Speaking with Sendra D, where we explore the untold stories of history, legacy, identity. Today, I am speaking on something that is dear to my heart. In honor of January 1st, 1804, which is the independence of Haiti, my homeland, I am launching a Get to Know Haiti series. Well, today, what I'm going to be speaking on is what led me to be so passionate about this country. Because you say there are many people who are born in Haiti, but not many love Haiti. Well, I happen to be one who was born in a family where not loving Haiti was not an option. So I was 3 years old when my father became a diplomat, but I remained in Haiti. My father was adamant. He said I had to remain in Haiti until I finished elementary school because he wanted me to have the most powerful experience as the daughter of Haitian parents, or if you want, the daughter of Jean-Jacques Dessalines and all these ancestors that actually fought a fierce battle with the French to gain our independence and show the world who we are. So yeah, my ancestors were born into slavery 225 years ago today that we broke the chains of slavery. And this is why I symbolically wear this heart today, because it just wants to remind me how much blood and sweat was put into that battle for my freedom. The freedom that seems to be escaping us at the moment in Haiti. So this is not a conversation about Haiti current day. That would come later in the series. What I want to explore with you today is, what is Haiti? How did we collectively create this idea called Haiti? I'm talking about centuries ago. And the contribution didn't come from just within Haiti. It came from without, because there were forces, some benevolent forces that truly loved Haiti and wanted to come help. But there are some that wanted nothing less than the disappearance of that land that reminded so many of freedom. And I know I am so proud to be Haitian. It's not just because I was born there, but it is an identity that is rooted in spirituality, that is rooted in resilience, that is rooted in strength, in courage, in power, in boldness. Let me tell you how bold it is for a bunch of slaves to just decide, you know what, these chains that they've got around their ankles, these shackles that they've got in our minds, no longer working for us. So let's break free. Was there an example? Well, the United States had, a few years prior gained their independence. Everybody celebrates the United States as the extraordinary idea that came about because these scholars or intellectuals, or I don't know, I try not to get too much into the history because I'm more into the passion than the cerebral process that went behind the independence. So for me, the passion of a few men and women, and yes, there were women who were involved in the Haitian liberation process, and they made it their life mission. It was liberty or die. And so I say the same. How many of you can really say that you are free? Because I know today, when I go about trying to make a decision, there's shackles. I mean, when I think about where I want to live, am I living here because I choose to live here, or am I living here because I have no other place to go? I feel a little bit shackled because I would love to be part-time in Haiti. My family has lots of land in Haiti. Apparently, the gangs have taken that land, but that's another conversation. Again, I'm not going to talk about the current day, but what the conversation is today about is that legacy that fires me up about that country. I'm fired up because I was born into a family that injected into me early on patriotism. Yes, I'm an American. I'm passionate about America, but I'm also passionate about Haiti. What a history that is. This little country, I mean, it's like what, 11 million? Imagine at the time how many people there were. All right, I'll bring you facts and figures later. This is not the time, but I'll probably, so if you see here, there will be in 1804 what the population of Haiti was. I think it will be here. So that said, let's get into it. So that native land of mine, where it's a beacon of power, a beacon of freedom, a beacon of resilience. That little place that everybody said, oh, look at those black people over there. They don't know how to govern themselves. Well, governance is from within, and that part of within that I'm speaking on, you've heard me mention a lot of time, is colorless. Doesn't have anything to do with the color of your skin, the melatonin, and of course, you've heard me talk about colorism in Haiti, but the majority of the people in Haiti look like me. It's interesting. I was born into a family where the majority of the people in my family were of, lighter shade, but I was born, my father was lighter than me. My mother was lighter than me. Both my siblings were lighter than me. And there I came. I was like, well, I want this experience to know what it's like to feel bondage. I believe that's really what this is about. I had to feel what bondage was, and I felt a bit shackled by the color of my skin. Not so much because of the race, but the colorism. In my siblings, I didn't see them experience that. So again, this is going to be another topic for another day. I get to digress a little bit because the Haitian story is complex and my story is complex. And which is why I think I'm best suited, I'm picking me, number one person to tell the story. And this is mostly to my European American friends and, Asian friends, Latin American friends who don't know the history of Haiti, who just watch CNN, who just watch Fox News and just come to their conclusion based on what the person reporting it is. And I have to say that if you're just depending on these anchors who have been brainwashed into believing what they are telling you, because God bless them, they don't know the full story. They read a script and they just share it with you. And if you don't do your research as to find out what they're telling you is truth or not truth, then you'll be, again, you too, brainwashed. So let's get started. I know I've said that before, but I keep digressing because I love talking about Haiti and also the power within. This first episode will focus on Haiti's amazing contribution to the world, including the pivotal fight for independence and its enduring impact on global history. Now, my personal connection, as I've said, but before we dive into Haiti's monumental achievements, I want to share a little bit about my own family, history, and values that are deeply tied to Haiti's spirit. My parents, my siblings, and I were part of a team that reflected the same determination, service, and pride that defined Haiti. I don't believe there is a coincidence as to why my family was chosen to represent Haiti in Washington for close to 20 years. Because all those people that spun around us, meaning they wanted to be us, they wanted to be close to the power, because my father was extremely powerful in Haiti. I mean, he served a government which was established by the United States as a dictatorship, and apparently they didn't like us for whatever reason. But you know what? The United States set the mold for a dictatorship, in my mind, is very similar to when you have even though you change faces, you still operate in the same manner, which is in a way that is oppressive to other nations. So the agenda doesn't change. So that's dictatorship to me, because you go around the world telling other people what to do. Again, I digress. So that said, that's just how I feel about imperialism. And so we can talk about now about, my family, my parents' story. My parents, as you all know, I've said before, they were childhood sweetheart at 16 and in church. And my mother was a powerful woman who had a spirit like no other, that I mean, any woman that I've seen. I was born to this woman by truly by desire, I believe, because she inspired me to become who I am today. She had that fiery Haitian spirit. And everybody who knew her, you don't cross Madame d'Orsay. And my father was the disciplined military man who is, he just looks at you and then you know your place. And that's how I was raised. And that just tells you why I am who I am. So to go further, my father, again, was a military general. He was an ambassador, and he was also the military attaché in Washington from 71 to 86. And then he went on to, help with the transition between the Duvalier, when the Duvalier left Haiti. And then he was retired by one of his close friends who wanted power, General Prosper Avril, who I remember used to come stay at my house. But then he betrayed my dad when he wanted power because he knew my father was a threat. Those people are so weak. All these men in Haiti selling out Haiti. I digress again. Weak men. But anyway, so he served with honor and he represented Haiti's interests. And let me tell you, I've got no millions. All this, they talk all this talk about Haitian military stealing from Haiti. I have no millions. I work hard. I've worked entry-level jobs. I have driven, for my recovery, I have had to, do some very basic jobs because I wanted to make sure that I cleaned up my insides and my recovery was first. So when I hear people say with that the military was oppressive, well, we needed a firm hand in Haiti, and look at it now. So, my father served with honor, and not even a plaque. He bought that building on Massachusetts Avenue. He negotiated that contract, and because he said Haiti is a powerful country and we deserve to have a place on Embassy Row, which is not a plaque for my father, that made sure we were represented well. When I think about the people now who are in that building grifters, everybody else who came after my father, I'm sorry, except the military people, all of them grifters, all the ambassadors, all the staff, all of them grifters. They just wanted to be in that building. But guess what? My dad put that building for Haiti on the map in Massachusetts Avenue. And all you people that came afterward and are still there now, you're a disgrace to Haiti. You shouldn't even call yourself Haitian because you're not serving the Haitian interests. You're serving yourselves. But anyway, it's not what this is about. I know this is Frankly Feasting with Sendra D. Bear with me as I try to stay on topic with telling the history without bringing my own drama into it. I have a little bit of fiery in me that just needs to be told. Those people need to be called out. So so the role my family played, as I mentioned, was instrumental. And so my parents, my mother sacrificed, just knowing, and my mother was not a real educated woman. She finished high school, but my father was the brilliant intellectual, spoke many languages, but also it was always Haiti first. I remembered putting on the native costume when my mother had to give those presentations at the OAS, is that what, Organization of American States? And when I had to represent, or be my mother's little model for Haitian, traditional clothing or whatever it was, my sister, my brother, and I were there. Rain or shine, we had to be there, show up. So that's a little bit of my family. And, my siblings and I, one brother, one sister, and myself, we were part of that team, and we never complained. We never displayed. But all these people who wished that they were on the inside, you know what? There's a little trauma on the inside. You don't get to talk about it. You don't get to you complain about it. You just get to show up and do it. We were pretty much soldiers. We were like my father's subordinate soldiers, my mother's, and we just had to do the task. And we learned early on about service. We learned that it was important. It wasn't just the service. It was just the integrity and the dedication that came with it. Well, it was just not part of something that you were handed. You had to really cultivate that within yourself. And it became a way of life for us. Now, whether it was supporting my father's work or standing together as a family, we carried Haiti's in our heart, and we went wherever we were needed. When my brother died, he was so Haiti first. There was a flag on his coffin because who knew my brother knew that he had this passion for Haiti. And I hope his daughter, wherever she is. She understands how much her father loved his country. And so I hope she has inherited that legacy, because you can't have, that lineage and not be proud of that heritage. But that's my message to my niece that I haven't seen since 2006. Bless you. Let's move on. That said, so a story is literally a small reflection of the larger Haitian narrative, which is strength, unity, and hope. And when you think about our emblem, which is l'union fait la force, unity is creating strength. We were a united front, the five of us, completely united. We fought. People are like, I don't even think you got along with your sister because you fought so much. Well, you know what? Sometimes you have to have those rivalries to shape you and to help you define character, because if you can build rapport during those difficult times in a relationship, it helps you have real good, solid, strength-based foundations for that relationship. When it's bad, it's bad. When it's good, it's good. It's all in the mix. And you don't get to pick which one you're going to get on any given day. My siblings had conditions that required that they have attention all the time. And if passed on, I've told you, so I'm the only one standing. I'm the one standing. They left me the legacy of telling the story. The last book my father gave me actually was a history book. I think it was in England where, my church threw all my stuff. But that's another conversation for another day. Yeah, I know. I can't stop myself for not letting something slip. And so that's just my style. And I'm just going to have to be me and authentic. So yeah, my father gave me a history book. And I believe the people where I had my flat in England, they must have thrown it away. Pretty much everything was thrown away. So I don't have many images of those past experiences, because my landlord in England didn't feel it was important to give me notice that he was going to throw away my things. And there he did. He threw my things away. God bless him. Can you imagine? A church member. I hope he hears this. So again, I did say this podcast was going to be all about me truth telling. And I say, if you don't want to be on my podcast without officially accepting an invitation, well, don't give me content. But these people are giving me content, so I'm just going to talk about it. This is me unfiltered. So let's go back to Haiti. So now, and so it's just a reflection of who we are and the resilience that we developed as a result of being the daughter of Cécile d'Orsay and Marie-Louise Emicam d'Orsay. So that was Patrick d'Orsay the first, my brother. My sister was Karine, and me, Sendra. Okay. I was special always, because in that Haiti story, at my birth, I have said my parents decided that I was going to have a phenomenal personality as my godfather. He was pretty much, I think, the most powerful man in that country. So probably not Papa Doc, but when Papa Doc was alive, but by the time Papa Doc passed, François Duvalier, my godfather was the most powerful man. And if somebody needs to prove me wrong as far as that is concerned, but I was his baby. I remember dancing to the samba, because he loved samba. He would just let me come and dance for your godfather. I was a ballerina. I took dance classes. Of course, I was always dancing. My family, we love to dance. So, and I think in the Haitian culture too, that's part of our culture. Just dancing is just, woven in our DNA. So now we can digress to, my family, that's the Haitian story, the patriotism, the resilience, the strength. And I think having grown up with two siblings that had such a dire, future ahead of them with these health conditions, that prepared me, and that also created a spirit of resilience in my family, because we were like, we gotta do what we have to do to show up for Haiti, but also show up for your siblings and show up for you, show up for, my mother's showing up for her husband, my father showing up for his wife, and all those other women that were like trying to claw at my mom. Oh, it was fantastic. I mean, I think I would knock out all those telenovelas with the stories that happened in my family. Let me tell you. But anyway, so that's the family, right? That's the family that was Haiti first. How do you not say that I was born to be Haiti first? Because we were the first family in Washington, the first Haitian families. Of course, ambassadors came and left, but my father was there consistent. The ambassadors came 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. My dad was the steady rock. And so I was also there. I mean, I didn't get there till, probably 8 years after my father was appointed. But before that, he was always in the military. So he was in the military when I was born. So I do believe we choose our families. So therefore, I chose my family as they've chosen me. And all these people, you can take the pictures, you can take the name. I did this effortlessly. It's something interesting how, because of the dynamics that I was dealt, or that I've chosen, whichever way you want to think about it, it is an interesting mix of me having to be born in this position of elevated position in Haitian society to parents who were not necessarily elevated when they were born, but they made sure that we had the education and we had the facilities, the drivers, the housekeepers, in the traveling in first class and all that, the luxury shopping and everything, because we had to show up for these certain parties. And so I grew up with such ease. And my father used to always say, I didn't have what you have, so make sure you appreciate it. And my sister would scream thereafter, yeah, especially you need to appreciate it. And so of course my sister was my dad's little shadow, because they were like exactly alike. They do say daughters and fathers are exactly the same. So I have the best of both. I have a phenomenal woman who's my mother, proud of her, and in her struggles for her to get me to where I am. And my father's also proud of him, because he had some stuff to deal with within the military, because these people are toxic. Those military men that my father worked with, toxic people, toxic. So that said, I want to get back to what we are talking about today: the fight for independence, defeating Napoleon. Now, the fight for independence, we all know it happened 1804, January 1st. Finally, we said 1804, you gotta go. Napoleon, little short man, you gotta go. Kind of like Macron, isn't it? Macron, who says that they are con. Macron, when you got elected, I looked at you and I said, what are the French doing? That scrawny little man, that is not, how can I say? I'm not impressed. I wasn't impressed when you got elected. I was like, this is not going to go well for you, French people. That man does not express or reflect any kind of leadership. It's really a joke what we see around the world. Again, you see, here I am digressing. Especially we have, in a few weeks we'll have Trump now in office. So let me focus. We'll get back to these topics. So the Haitian Revolution, which was a global turning point, because now Haiti was a defining moment for the world. Because probably until then, besides except to the French and the Spaniards, who were fighting for our territory because our land was the most fertile, which is why they concocted this whole tax, this exit tax. They taxed us for gaining our independence. So can you imagine, as you are, you've been, enslaved for centuries, right? Since the 1400s. And then you're like killing us. And this is not a good relationship. This is toxic. You've got to go, Napoleon. I see you drinking your wine and eating your fruits and philandering and doing this and doing that. And we're sweating blood. And you're not even taking any responsibility for our well-being. You're not giving us insurance, healthcare, none of that. You're just keep on working hard. You don't need to sleep. You don't need to be. And by the way, you're gonna sleep with your women too, because some of your women are so beautiful and we love that dark skin. So we're just gonna have you work the fields, men, and we're gonna take some of your women. We're gonna sleep with them sometimes, and sometimes we're gonna castrate you men if you misbehave. Yep. So the men were like, nope, not anymore. So they decided, in 1791, the enslaved Africans in what you call Saint-Domingue, they rose against one of the most powerful empires. Can you imagine? I mean, I've been around corporate America. Can you imagine? Think about it. When you are in a corporate entity, I mean, I'm talking about a small corporate entity, let alone an empire, and a group of you decide. It began in 1791. Enslaved Africans in one of the most powerful empires at the time, France. Yeah. that little empire that Mr. Macron is at. You're gonna be fired one by one, Macron. One by one, Africa starts, and then everybody's gonna ride up. You're gonna be like penniless. You guys better start thinking about how you're gonna have your own resources, because all those countries that you've been grifting off of all those years, they're gonna fire you. They're gonna tell you get out. It's gonna be Haiti Revolution 2.0, right? Because that's what they do. They go into these countries and they rip those countries off. The natives don't get anything, and then they make them work, blood, sweat, and then they just go off to their shining palaces, and then don't think twice about it. They don't lose sleep over it. So that's what happened. And see, these people were benefiting from the land. We were the richest, apparently, in the Caribbean. And this was no ordinary revolt. This was a fight for dignity, equality, and liberation. So can you imagine? These people were being degraded. I mean, what was happening with us in Haiti? Apparently, that was the harshest environment in all of the colonies. And so we said, you've got to go. And I could feel that determination to break those chains, that determination to say, I think I want different. I think I want to recreate my life, Napoleon. I'm going to manifest freedom. Yeah. I'm going to chant to my ancestors. I'm going to, go within, and we are going to rise above this chaos that you brought upon the islands, because first you killed the Indians and then you brought us from Africa. And now we're just like, yeah, no, this working relationship is not working. So, because we get zero and you get all of it. So we're going to have to rebalance the scales, and Napoleon, you have to go. This was the beginning of a fight. So in 1791, we were just, I don't know, I can't imagine how they must have felt that freedom was on the rise, because America, about an hour and a half, or by plane, and I don't know how long it took by boat, but America had gained their independence, was gaining their independence, and they felt that freedom. They felt it. You know how you watch that car pass you by and your car is just not working? You're on your way to get your car repaired, and you watch this amazing latest model of whatever. For me, it's, I love Bentleys. And so you see that Bentley driving by, no problem at all, just, spreading the road and saying, I'm coming through. And then you're like, my broken down car is barely working, and I'm investing all this energy into something that's not working. And you're like, I think I want different. And you're like, I think I want different. And that's what it started. Just a conversation probably among them saying, this is not working. This is not, how you know when a situation so toxic is going to break you? You either die free, or you just, either you die free, or you just, it's just not workable. So Toussaint Louverture, in the early revolutionary leadership, who is a enslaved man turned military genius, emerged as the leader of this revolution. His ability to outmaneuver the French, unprecedented, let me just say. The French forces were definitely remarkable, but the true test came in 1801, when Napoleon sent an army to trust the uprising. He was like, this is going to be squashed once and for all. But once you get that you taste freedom, you know how you go on vacation and you are like, oh, lounging on the beach is so good for me right now. If I just could work from the beach and just have my laptop and do this. A lot of content creators have discovered that life. And I never want to go back to corporate America. Well, guess what? These freedom fighters had tasted liberty. Nobody telling them to wake up and go to the field and when to sleep, when to eat. They were just fighting. I don't think they're being worried about food, because when you've got that fire in your belly, you've got a mission, a purpose, you are just like, I'm not even hungry. Before you know it, you're like, you haven't eaten for days, because you're so focused. It's that focus of the mission and the purpose that fuels you with adrenaline and makes you keep going. And it's just unstoppable. Where have you been unstoppable? So this is why the story is so powerful, because it is purposeful paradigm. It is a legacy that Haiti has left for the masses, whatever you are boxed in. Think about these people with no skills, that it just went on and fought the biggest empire. So then we talk about, so the biggest empire, what was their strategy really? So under these leaders like Toussaint Louverture and later Jean-Jacques Dessalines, they were Haitian fighters and they used guerrillas, and it's guerrillas. I can never say that word, guerrilla, G-U-E, not G-O. Story is, when I was in primary school, oh, when I first came to this country, I didn't know how to say the word. So I kept saying gorilla, and my classmates kept laughing. But anyway, so their knowledge of the terrain of, is what really helped them defeat Napoleon, because again, these were foreign soldiers on unknown territory. So these leaders, Louverture and Jean-Jacques Dessalines, knew the territory, they knew the terrain, and that gave them the advantage that was important for them to have an edge. So this just was, again, I feel it was divine. Besides just the physical facts, when you hear this, it was just divine intervention. It was like these people were channeling some forces that were greater than themselves, that divine energy, that when you know that's something that is yours to do, you just do it. You don't question it, you just go forth. Kind of like, when I was going to move from Miami to the England, I didn't know anybody there. I just said, this is what I need to do. That's all I need to do. And here I am. Fast forward. So these people, they knew the terrain. They knew that was their strategy, their advantage. So that's the final blow came during the Battle of Vertières in 1803. This is where Dessalines led Haitian troops to the historic victory. This was I believe, in November. And so, yes, it was in November. We're going to put the date here. So the Battle of Vertières, it was in 1803, and where Dessalines led these troops and they secured independence. And they dealt a humiliating blow to Napoleon. And I would say that's the kind of thing that makes you go home with your tail between your legs, a very long tail, because you are all lizard people, all of you who want to oppress humanity. Anybody who thinks that they are human and they want, as they want to oppress another human, you're not human. You're definitely beyond human. You are lizard people with tails. Go home with tails between your legs. So, and that's for the current leaders too. You're not human. There cannot be a human bone in your body if you say that you want to oppress another in whatever way, shape, or form. So that was the end of the rule of the empire on what we call now Haiti. So now the impact of my perspective is, again, hearing stories about Haiti's independence growing up, and especially with my father, who was just passionate about that country and passionate about, his service to the country, and both as a soldier and as a diplomat, it gave me this profound sense of pride and responsibility. That's what it is. My father came to me in 2020, and when I was in a meditation session, he said, with power comes great responsibility. I've never seen that man abuse his power. I probably did. Yeah, I did. I'll be the first one to say, probably not proud. In my drunken days, yeah, I would tell the officer, sorry, you can't arrest me. I'm a diplomat. And my father, if the officer was smart, he would send it to the State Department, where it would have to go to my father, and my father would find out that I was disrespecting, uniform people. So that was, and then of course I knew I wouldn't get away with it. But those who didn't know would be like, okay, you could just go. But I didn't know. And of course I forgive myself. I forgive myself because you don't know what you don't know. I mean, my father was raised in the church. I wasn't raised to attend church. My father was literally living in the church. He was in a choir. He was this, he was that. But that was not my early beginning. My early beginning was more of a lavish Haitian princess. My friends call me HAP, Haitian American princess. And so yeah, so I forgive myself, and now I know better. Now in recovery, if I do the same thing, that's a whole different story. But as I go on in life and I progress to become the individual that I am today, better every day, improving myself, not comparing myself to anybody, I continue to see myself definitely leaving a legacy of character building. It would be legacy of resilience that my family left me. So, and it just reminded me of the type of leadership and the type of leader that I wanted to be. So it's a crossbreed of leadership service, whether you're on the battlefield or you're in diplomacy. That requires courage and unity and unwavering commitment to justice. I see these people, they bring their agendas to countries, that State Department, that Blinken guy, bringing his agenda all over the world, trying to corrupt societies that don't align with their values that Americans have. And they bring all sorts of color flags in where people are very religious, and they're saying you either do it our way or you get no money. That's called blackmailing. That's bullying. And so that's really no different than the previous empires. They just have a different label for it now. They call it, democracy building, whatever. They topple governments and then they just say, well, we are doing this because we are better than you and we know better because we're smarter than you. No, you're toxic and you're bringing your toxicity to them. Everything that should happen on this planet should happen organically. All of that said, now let's touch a bit on the role of Haiti in the United States, in Latin America, the historical context of that independence and the role that it played around the world. So in the US, there was a Louisiana Purchase, and now Haiti's victory directly led to the Louisiana Purchase in 1803. After losing Saint-Domingue, which is Haiti, Napoleon gave up his ambitions in the Americas and sold the territory to the United States. Hey, we did that because of us. We did that. So, in doubling its size and shaping its future. So think about that. Because they were like, well, these little people, these called the African slave Haitians, they won. And so now Napoleon says, I don't think I want to be in this area anymore. I'm gone. So let's go and move on to other greener pastures. So, but in Simon Bolivar and Alexandre Pétion, now when you go to Latin America, now Haiti also supported liberation movements in Latin America. Simon Bolivar, the liberator of South America, received critical support from Haiti's president at the time, Alexandre Pétion. And now there was only one condition. That was that Bolivar abolish slavery. Can you imagine? Hey, we set the tone for that. Now, all of you people who think that Haiti's this little land, come for me. I really want to curse right now. I really want to curse you out, but I'm not. Because I'm so proud, just realizing how powerful my legacy is as a Haitian. And this is who you want to come against. We told you, Latin America will help you, but you got to abolish slavery. Because you people were still set on using Africans as your free labor. And we said, no, that can't happen. Not on our watch. All Black people on the planet, you need to wake up. Do you see what Haitian has done for you? Why are you not talking about this? Why are you not talking about you? And Latin Americans, Mexican, Bolivians, you think we're better than you? We were first. We were before you. We spoke freedom before you even knew how to spell it. And now you think you're better than us? Yeah, there's some people lurking around my family with that nationality. They come and think they look down on Haiti. Yeah, look at my face. I hope you could see me. I hope you could see me. I hope you could see me. You are only here because of us. Yeah, but you know what? I blame you Haitians too. I blame you because you allowed this to happen. You made them think that they were better than us. Why? Because you were brainwashed into believing that Haitians, because we're darker skin, we can't be as valuable on the world stage. But who else do I blame? I blame America with the brainwashing. I blame Europe for the brainwashing, because now you see what? That paradigm is collapsing. It's collapsing because we're waking up. Look at Africa. Africa's waking up. Africa is waking up. Haiti, we got too full of ourselves. We got too full of ourselves. We were like, we got this. But no, there was an emotional process that you didn't do. There is so much narcissism in Haiti. It's what's killing us. It's that class system. So much narcissism. Everybody wants to be better than it. There's no unity. We're all traumatized. You haven't released the bondage. You still feel that your value has to come from outside. We haven't gone within to really dig in to figure out that we're valuable just because we're here, just because we're human, just because we breathe, we see, we hear. That's our value. Those gifts were given to us freely. We're complete. We're whole. Just as we are. We don't have to compare ourselves based on the type of our hair that, I love my wigs, but the type of hair we have, the size of our nose, the size of our lips, None of that matters, you know. And so on this special episode, January 1st, 2025, 225 years of independence, patience. Remember who you are. Remember what our ancestors did. Remember the legacy they left us. The legacy of what your role is in all of this. And all you diaspora Haitians who are like, oh, this has nothing to do with me. I am fine. Oh, we just need to get a good leader. Well, what are you? Why don't you be your own leader? Why don't you be your own leader? Lead yourself into freedom so that you can recognize when somebody else is not free. Be the leader that you wish Haiti had. That's what Gandhi says. Be the change you want to see in the world. So now, as far as Haiti and its influence on the stage, I talked about the influence of Haiti in Latin America and in the US, but let's go to Europe. Well, did you know that Haiti's revolution led to Napoleon's downfall? Did you ever say thank you? Did you ever say thank you to us? Did anybody ever say thank you to Haiti? Did you ever say thank you? We brought that little man down. Maybe we'll bring Macron down too. Macron calling Haitians con, which means ignorant, when he's getting involved in our politics. Who are you? Who do you serve, Macron? Because I know it's not the French. Who do you serve? Again, I digress. That'll be another episode, frankly speaking. So the revolution not only ended slavery in Haiti, but it also disrupted the Napoleon plan for a global empire. Imagine that. Well, he's like, well, let's tear this up. That's not going to work. These people, they're waking up. They're waking up to see that I'm just a little man that has a little too much ambition, and I want to live in peace my eternal days. We're going to restructure this plan. We're going to keep our eye on a different region. And so that's what happened. And the defeat in Saint-Domingue was a turning point, forcing Napoleon to focus entirely on Europe and he focused entirely on Europe, and he altered the history of Europe and of European geopolitics. Well, we sent you back your own guy because we wanted none of him. So Europeans listening to this, you can thank us. You can thank the Haitians because we defeated him. You created that little monster, so we sent him back to you. Isn't that how it's like, what do you call it? Biting the hand. I don't know. I'm trying to find an analogy. Bottom line is, we sent him back home. So Napoleon focused on Europe because we defeated him. Yep. His global empire ambitions, and all those who hadn't tasted Napoleon, he hadn't gotten to you yet. Have you said thank you to Haiti? Have you? Do you know what we've done? Do you know what that means? Do you know what that man could have done? Do you know how we crushed that monster? Do you know? I want you to tell me. Tell me. Do you know what that meant? What the Haitian Revolution meant for the world? Yeah, I'm screaming. I'm screaming at you because you forgot. I'm not going to let you forget. Do you know what it means? It means this. It means the heart. We open the global heart. Freedom. The heart chakra is freedom. You see? When somebody focuses on their heart and love, that's what won us our independence. We were united as one with one purpose, Haitians. We were united before. We can be united again. We sent that little man packing. We can send those little other creepers, grifters, with the C, the last name C, the president with the last name C. You know who he is, and his wife, grifters, little paws. They want Haiti. And all their little minions that are going to send there. They send these little minions, Haitians, that are willing to sell their firstborn, for a dime. Those people. We know who they are. And all those people that we allowed to come into Haiti. My grandfather was one of them. My mother's father was Jamaican. He came to Haiti and he came to work. And so, yeah. And my mother says he wasn't a good man, but anyway, he had to be who he was for me to be who I am. Whatever the DNA, the legacy, the trauma, whatever it was. But in essence, I'm saying all these. Jean-Jacques Dessalines said that you land on Haiti. If you set foot on Haiti, you're Haitian. All those people from the Middle East, all those people who benefited from Haiti, all those people, yeah, they turned on us. They turned on us. They needed it. They left their land. That's why, look at Syria today. Syria, they left their land. And did they help and go rebuild Syria? No. They came and made their money in Haiti, and so now it's like Syria is going to rebels, supposedly. They're called terrorists. These people are terrorists, and they're rehabilitating them. There's a theme now. All right, well, I'm not going to get into the geopolitics, but going back to what we did for European geopolitics, unprecedented. We sent him packing. That little short man, Napoleon, he stands, he's so powerful. No, they're all cowards. They are all cowards. All cowards. Because they don't fight their own battles. You know that there's a trend with these people, these weak. You can tell a weak leader when he sends somebody else to fight his battle. He doesn't show up. He's just like protected. He's got all this bodyguards, and he's like but he doesn't show up to take care of his own stuff, right? He's the first one to jump ship. So that's when that's a weak leader. And he's hiding in the darkness, and he's pulling the strings, and nobody knows who he is. You can't put a name to it. You got to be bold. For all those people who are in the global cabal, they were in the global cabal back then, they were pulling the strings, whether they were wearing like wigs and powder then, and they were wearing lots of like overdress and shiny shoes, whatever costume you were wearing. Your soul is dark. It's been dark then. Your legacy has been dark. Your children, your grandchildren, it's all a lineage of darkness, because you set out to enrich yourself on the blood, sweat, and tears of free people. Because everybody on this planet is born to be free. And if you are on this planet, you are no better than anybody. But Haitians, I'm speaking to you now. Let's listen some more to what we did. So Haitians' influence on Europe and beyond. I mean, this goes on. I don't know, this might have to be a whole day video. The Haitian Revolution and the downfall, of course, that was inevitable, because when you do wrong, it's not sustainable. It's all, you're going to go down. If you cannot come in the sunlight of love, okay? This love right here. You can't come in that sunlight. If this scares you, you're going to perish in darkness. That's not fun. I heard there's a lot of fire and, skin crawling and burning. But yeah, so after that happened, we had one of the most intriguing connection to Europe, which is Thomas Alexander Dumas. He is Haitian-born general who served in French Revolutionary Army, and he was a brilliant military leader and the father of famed novelist Alexandre Dumas, author of The Three Musketeers and The Count of Monte Cristo. Hell! Did you know that? His daddy was Haitian. Did you know that? Well, I'm reminding you. Haitian, Three Musketeers, Count of Monte Cristo. I think Haiti should be getting royalties from that. We should. But that's not all. We have the Polish-Haitian solidarity. So Polish soldiers who fought under Napoleon were sent to suppress the Haitian Revolution, but ultimately sided with the Haitians. OMG, that's a shout out to all my Polish Haitian, brothers and sisters, because I know there's a long line of Haitian Polish ancestry in Haiti. And they were moved by the fight for freedom. And many of them settled in Haiti afterwards, creating a unique cultural connection that endured to this day. So, all those people who think that Haiti is all African, it's all Black people don't know how to, we attracted people based on the message of freedom. Yeah, they were sent to fight us. And the Polish said, this tastes like freedom. We are going to change side. Yeah, we like that other side better. So everybody in Haiti who's on the side of darkness and evil, there is more power on the side of light. I summon you right now to give up your arms and come on the side of light, love, and freedom. The fight from 1801 to 1804 continues today. This is a call for freedom. We are going to win this war. You change sides now, because you can be more powerful when you put love first. Put love first. You put freedom first. You put your own truth first. None of this darkness that is eating at your soul. No, you can't win that way. It's not sustainable. You will die in the fires of hell for that. But you put down your arms and you say, I taste and I smell freedom. I smell love and unity. That's the side you want to be on. So the Haitians who are the ones arming the gangs and the ones who are the ones keep the gangs who are lifting arms against their own, join the fight. Be part of the side of truth and love and light. So that's what I'm calling for. So now when I think about what is all this for, it's all for love. It's all for love. It's all for love. We are having to learn all of again how to love one another in that unity, unified space. We are learning how to love each ourselves because what's good for me is good for all. When what's good for all is good for me, when that becomes a mantra for Haitians, can you imagine what that nation will be like again? It's still there. It's not going away. It's just some people who are corrupted in their mind and they believe that they have Haiti's best interest. But we got to be reminded of who we are. We remind ourselves. We can't let outsiders come and tell us who we are. I'm one of you. I'm a daughter of Hispaniola, of Haiti, of Haiti, Aibobo, and I am so proud to be that daughter who is so inspired to lead this fight in with information because we are in an information war because they are smearing. They see. I remember when I was growing up, when I was in high school. This is when the AIDS thing broke out, and they were like spreading propaganda. And Fauci was behind that. Fauci was talking about all Haitians had AIDS, and people were asking me, "Oh my God, you have it." I was like, "What's crazy? You crazy people?" And so they've been doing this for a long time. This has been orchestrated. They're not going to win though because people like me, we know the truth. My father was part of that, he was defense based way back when, trying to continue to build up the image of Haiti because they smeared us saying we were all both people and we all had AIDS. Yep, that's what they did. They smeared us in the news. They smeared us in our psyche. And we even started believing it. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. Question what you believe every day. When you hear them saying something about something that's not beneficial, they're projecting. These people are corrupt. So I just love this country, the country of Haiti, and I love the role that the United States played around the same time. So we are pretty much of the same fabric, fabric of freedom. So the fabric of freedom that Haiti and the United States, collectively created for humanity is unprecedented. You need to know that story. And I will continue to talk about this because this can never be forgotten. I was born to tell the story and to remind you of this legacy of Haiti. And so in closing, let me just say that Haiti's contribution to the world are monumental, but so often overlooked. From defeating Napoleon to supporting liberation movement across the Americas, Haiti has been a force for justice. It's really just justice and freedom and equality. And so, it's interesting that we have all these justice warriors now, and you have these, the justice system around the world has been corrupted. If you don't have justice, if you don't have, even in America, people are getting, they've been wrongfully accused for decades, persecuted, at the highest levels. I mean, if they want to take you down, that's narcissism. In a nutshell, this has just been a narcissism. If you really want to boil down all this oppression on the planet and, control and dictatorship, all of that and leadership, it boils down to one term, which is narcissism. And I'm well versed in it because there are so many of them in my family. Yeah, call me Buffy the Vampire Slayer. They're vampires. They will suck the energy out of you. Whether they hide behind the title of president, whether they hide behind the Secretary of State, whether they hide behind the title of ambassador, whether they hide whatever title they've got going on, CEO, whatever, they're vampires. They will suck everything out of what they can to make themselves powerful. But that's the difference between you and them, because you get your strength from within. They get their strength from without. Come to the light of truth. So I want to ask you, what does Haiti's revolutionary legacy mean to you personally or globally? And how do you think Haiti's fight for independence reshaped modern geopolitics? But also, what can you do today to honor and amplify Haiti's historical contribution? How pocket on this special day. Happy Independence Day to my fellow Haitian warriors, Haitian men and women who will bleed for that country. Happy Haiti Independence Day. So I want to thank you so much for joining me today, because this is a special day. And on this journey toward Haiti's Independence 2.0, in my family's connection to it, don't forget, celebrate by liking, share, and subscribe to the Frankly Speaking with Sendra D. Let's celebrate Haiti's legacy of resilience and pride. Most of all, we got power. We got power, the power of love, the power of truth, and the power of clarity. That's all what this is about. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and stay proud, people. I am Sendra D. Love you so much.
Oh, and don't forget, subscribe to Frankly Speaking with Sendra D's podcast and join us every week as we uncover the stories of those who triumphed over life-altering challenges to achieve not just financial success, but a richer, a deeper, a more altruistic life. It's about time we redefine what it means to be a truly affluent individual. Don't you agree? So come and join me. And let's be unstoppable on this journey called life. Because here, to waking up to your authentic being.